going to be able to be real smart and talk about it today, and I still don't understand it. But what I understand, all I understand that when I was in school, I understood it as like clay particles attract, like they've got a positive and a negative side, right? So they attract each other like magnets. And what the deflocculant does is it like reverses that so that it's all negative or something like that. But I don't think that's right. I think I'm lying to you.
No, you're right. So if it's all negative and they repel each other, so you get equal distribution of the particles in the solution.
Yeah.
So it's more homogeneous.
Yeah. But I don't think that it, I don't know. I don't think that it like makes it all negative. I think it like something attaches to the positive that's a negative, and so it's all, I don't know.
I think this website you looked at really confused you.
I have a
So
question.
do you
As
just
most
keep
of the internet
one
does.
slop bucket and you just kind of keep using that
You make
for
this.
everything?
You make the same each time. So if you're going to change clays, you would make your
And
adherents out of the clay body that you're using now. This is specifically for this clay body that
Yeah.
you've deflocculated it. So you put it from one decanter and it all goes down. You take the water off and you put it back in until you're putting an additive in it to do that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
using sodium silicate
Yeah.
as the additive.
Silicate.
Yep. And I mean, there's no deflocculant in here. This is just my
No, that's
slop
just
bucket.
for
Yeah.
pouring.
Yeah, but yeah, in here, this is my deflocculated ketchup.
Catch
You
it.
said that the deflocculant is the sodium silicate,
Yep. Yeah.
which is the same stuff that does that mud flat thing?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
we gotta get some.
You guys don't have any? So, like,
People use it to repair cracks and like bisqueware too.
So many purposes.
yeah.
Mitchell, I didn't know you were a clay man.
He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
clay dude.
Coming in with the
Secret.
clay knowledge.
Yeah.
Secret clay dork.
Just
He's a serious potter. So yeah, so with my handles, I try to get the little curve in them, and it's almost like I don't even try to do this. It's just how like I think it works best, how my hands work. I think everybody's like handles are kind of specific to their hands, you know? I don't think that. So this one is the one that just works the best for me.
Oh, so you get your ridge going right away.
Yep. I will just start. I started right away because I think that if you try to do it later,
Tears it.
I miss, I'll miss and I'll be like, "Ugh," off to the side or something. So I just do it right away to kind of get it.
to find the chamber.
Mm-hmm. And I'll usually pull like that, but then I'll flip around and kind of ease those sides because I always get like ridges right here for some reason.
Me too.
And and then I usually use my like throwing stick, but I'll use this instead, and then just cut it, and then I kind of form it into a little bit of a curve and leave it like that. So I'll make I usually just have like a bunch of these guys going. I'll fit like 5 of them on that and then leave it out for a little while. And then that's my handles. Let me wash it real quick.
Yeah, I always do my ridge near the end. That's good to know.
You do yours towards the end.
Yeah, and it definitely sometimes it's just if I'm instead of sometimes it will go off. That's what got me in the beginning too. Like, how do people do this?
Send the video. Are you recording?
Yeah, since I just got better at it.
Yeah.
I feel like you can get deeper with it too.
the dart from the channel, so it'll be kind of
Yeah.
Which is a good, I mean,
I feel like it's, I don't like it, I don't like that ridge too much. Comical to me, I don't know.
Well, what I would end up doing is like, I like my ridge deeper up here, but by the time it's down here, and yours look like that, it's less so. Because if there's too much of a ridge down here, it kind of digs into your hands.
Yeah,
So I like try to not have as much down there, but have a ridge up here.
yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, where your thumb actually goes.
Yeah.
So
Can
I'll
you
make a
gi-
bunch of those. What's that?
Can you give us a recipe for the deflocculant?
Oh, no, not really. It's not much.
Okay.
So like
I just haven't
I have
used it
a
before.
I have a bucket at home that's this slip, and I used maybe like a couple of tablespoons of deflocculant. But you'll know. I mean, like it'll be like the consistency of pudding, and then when you start mixing it, it'll turn into like melted milkshake pretty quick.
Okay.
And it's like
So
it's
you
That's
do,
what you're going
that's
for?
for the whole bucket? You
That's-
use a couple tablespoons?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't take much.
Okay.
And this, I guess, like from what I understand, like iron-rich clays, they deflocculate fine, but they get kind of gummy. So this thing gets a little gummy. So, like normally, I would probably like take this out and redo it, but as you can see, it's like kind of gets a little
Caking up a
gooey.
little.
Yeah.
Caking up a little bit. Let me grab one thing real quick. Oops, sorry.
Like Dr. Bronner's.
Yeah.
Exactly. We all know that one.
Exactly.
There's gonna be some downtimes, so. Some downtimes in the
Just
video.
turn it off and I'll do another
Do
one and I
another-
can link them
Okay,
together.
I did that a few
Are
times.
you guys
but-
putting this on Instagram or something?
I'm gonna put it on a YouTube channel and then link it to our website.
Wow.
One, we will have
Gonna
global
be famous,
domination
Alexi.
yet.
You're gonna put that on that.
For the video.
We will not stop until
I heard
all
that
clicks.
YouTube is the way to do it.
Yeah, we have to get permission.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe you should be, yeah,
Okay,
he
so
might have his own.
these are a little bit, these are okay, they're fine. They're a little bit dry. This clay, this chocolate clay, for some reason, is like really amazing at soaking up water. So if it's a little too dry, I'll just give it a little spritz, but I'm gonna go ahead with this guy, move forward. So the other thing that's great about these bats is that I just leave the pot on there to handle. So it's
So you trim after it's handled?
yeah,
Oh,
and I don't
wow.
trim very much. I
Yeah.
like just
You know.
super quick. I don't want to mess with it too much.
When you trim, do you pin it with clay or do you do like a wet seal kind of thing, or just
Oh no, I use the
the Griffin grip?
yep. I love the Giffen grip. I gotta say, I'm.
I don't. I really struggle.
Why?
It always bends my parts.
Or is it? Oh.
Or it doesn't get it perfectly centered.
Yep.
That's your pot.
Yep.
I just sent you guys a link to deflocculation under no fire.
Alright.
We're going to, we have Darwin.
Oh, you got Darwin. How that work?
My
Okay.
phone's blowing up.
That's my.
I don't have any access yet.
Yeah. So to do my handles, I use kind of like a dummy cup. So this is just a bisqued, a bisqued mug, and I just use a razor blade to kind of cut my handle to roughly about what I wanna, the shape I want. Just throw it around. No big deal. It's not a big deal. And I'm kind of like, I don't put my handles on wet. I like them to be, this is a little too firm, but something similar to this, you know, like still moldable, but like almost on the edge of like cracking. And I use this as to sort of make sure that I've got my fit right. So I gotta cut that down a little bit more. And this chocolate clay is pretty good about like taking a bunch of abuse as far as like different levels of wetness, you know, like this is definitely more wet than this. And like, not that it won't maybe give me problems, but oftentimes it doesn't.
So if you attach like a harder clay to the handle, will you then wrap them so they equalize, or will you just sit it out?
Yeah, a lot of times I'll just let my mugs like sit for days.
But
you know
without
what I mean?
e-covering.
No, with covering. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep. I like doing that because it helps a lot. So so I know that like I've got a pretty good fit right there. I don't see any gaps. And then the other thing I like to do is I like a flat top on my handles. So I'll take my wire tool and right on this pot, I use that and just cut the top off like that. And kind of work it, do a little flossing until that top piece comes off. And then I've got my nice flat top. And then I attach. And I don't score and slip. I can't believe we're gonna put this on the internet. I'm gonna get so many mean comments. And part of the reason this deflocculated slip is so good is because you don't need to score and slip as much.
Or at all.
Or at all, yeah. So I just throw that bad boy on there. But I definitely like work it in here. Like I'll put a lot of pressure in there and like really make sure that there's a good bond. I've noticed if I don't do that, the handles do have the potential to snap off, and I've had them snap off before. But
Do you
if
get
I
a
kind
lot
of
of oozing of the slip or?
yeah, I've definitely like got some oozing going on there.
Oh yeah.
So I've got that. If you like that, you can keep that. But I just take my sprayer and I just spray the shit out of it.
Oh, wow.
Nice
Bold moves.
cleanup.
Sounds like the
I
crowd
know.
favorite. It's so easy.
That was like some ShamWow.
That
And
might
then
even
maybe
help homogenize the clay a little bit, like get them both
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little moist. And
No, I think you're right. I think it does. I think it kind of just everything gets drenched. And I mean, I come in here, brush it out, kind of even that up. But then that's it. That's all I do.
Do you usually apply it to an unpapered part like that, or is that just this mug?
Good question. So I'm trying to do this more. Sometimes I will put it on a part with an image, and in that case I have to kind of like trace around
Get that paper off.
get the paper off and get the underglaze off. I don't think it sticks as well if it's going straight onto the underglaze. So it gets a little bit more complicated. And then I'll spray it. I'll still spray it, but I'll get runs in it, and which is fine. Like that's a look, you know what I mean? But I kind of like this a little bit better because it's just like a nice surface that I can do a little bit easier. I'm trying to. I'm experimenting with glazing my handles lately because some people have been like, "I love your pots, but I can't take your unglazed handles." Like freaks people out.
Like,
So like,
on the skin.
yeah, they like don't like they don't like the feel of it. So
I might be one of those.
you might be one of those. Yeah,
The
no.
sound it makes is like.
Well, that's really good about I glaze my pots or glaze the handles for that reason. But then
Yeah.
I was like, I questioned it for the look, but maybe it's for the feel.
So you
I think
just
it's
put the
legit.
deflocculant on the handle, not on the pot and the handle. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I just take like when I'm dealing with the handle, I just put it on the end of those two contact points of the handle only. I don't put it on both. But I load it up. I load it up enough that it kind of oozes out of the cracks, you know, so that I know that I've got good like connection between those two things. But yeah, then I'll usually just leave this in you know, make a bunch of mugs, leave them all covered up for like, I don't know. I mean, if I leave them wrapped up really well, they'll last for like a week or whatever, and then pop them off and trim them, and that's it. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions?
So they're still leather hard at the point when you pop them off and trim the bottom.
Yeah, they're like they're leather hard, but they're like getting
dry.
leather. What, I don't remember do you know the different stages of leather
I've
hard? There's like
wondered.
different.
I've wondered that because it's such a variety.
Yeah,
It's such a variety.
yeah. Right. Leather hard basically means it'll crack if I bend it, right? But
Yeah.
that's like, could be a lot of different things.
I've
Yeah.
heard chocolate as a phase.
Oh,
Really?
no, that's it totally is. It is like chocolate, exactly, like when it pops off.
Oh,
I thought that was too on the money with this clay, but that is
Wait, what is the chocolate point?
It's past leather hard to where it like
little
like if you imagine
birds,
carving
Yeah,
chocolate.
oh, kind of
Yeah.
chocolate.
Shades,
Okay, totally.
kind of.
Yeah.
Get the
totally.
shavings.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
You give it a little
Like it will
squirt
snap.
while
yeah.
What's that?
you give it a little squirt as you're trimming it on the bottom. No,
No. I mean, by the time it's ready to pop off, it's like it's ready to trim for
Yeah, that's, I
sure.
mean, while you're trimming though, you don't wet it or anything. You just trim it at that hardness scale.
Yeah. Usually I'll try to. I mean, especially like with the mugs, I kind of bevel the bottom like that, and yeah, I don't really do anything. This is all I trim. Like that's
Yeah,
just all
like
I
you
trim.
don't throw. Do you throw to the thickness of that bottom?
Yeah.
kind of thing? Yeah.
And I am really,
How-
really bad about like
how
making
thick
my
are your
bottoms
bottoms?
too thin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's so easy.
I'm still doing the needle tool
Yeah.
thing and making sure that I'm not going through.
There's
'cause
no shame.
What's
that?
that?
Yeah.
No
shame.
shame.
The needles. That's great.
There's that guy.
Karen?
I don't know if you guys have seen him.